Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a Certified Zentangle Teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Scatter from CZT Barbara Duel Johnson. You know, this was it was making me think, and I'm going to look it up while I'll wait till the end and I'll look it up. There's another Tangle, I think it's Libby by CZT Sue Schneider. I think I'm going to look it up by the end. We did it a while ago, and this made me think of it, and I'm like, ooh, my first thought was, oh, this looks nice, and then my first glance at the step, I'm like, oh, this looks easy, and then I tried it, I'm like, okay, it is still easy, but there's a little bit of a trick that I discovered as I was doing it, so I'm like, whoa, okay, and yeah, so here we go. And I did take a little liberty, and Barbara, I hope you don't mind. I decided, because I was like, well, I could do a square, and then I can put extensions on it, but that'll just cause me problems. But you can, and take a look at the For More Inspiration link, so you can see Barbara's step out. My version is there as well. So we're going to start off with a square, but I'm just going to go ahead and overshoot, kind of like a bit of a tic-tac-toe type of thing. And so what I was thinking first, and then put the little balls on the end. It is kind of helpful to have the little balls on the end. Or dots. I should use Zentangle Ease. It's a dot. Or a very small orb, up to you. First I thought, oh, we're just going to, so we have this, and then we'll do another one and have it offset, and then do another one and have it offset. And then by the time I got to doing more, I'm like going, it's not bad. And you could do that if you wish, but then I'm like, this something is not right here. And as I was looking closer, I found the secret. Okay, here's the secret. On the second one, so I'm going to just start here. And actually, I think on my version of Step Out, I might have started like back here, but in close. Well, let's see. No, in Barbara's Step Out, it's more like right at the intersection. Okay. Intersection and overshoot like that. So what I did on my version of the Step Out is I made a whole step, and that's it. Just so you can see. Ah, here's what we do, and then basically you turn your tile. Or your paper, whatever you're working on. Same thing. Turn, rinse, repeat, right? And I think it could have a neat look too if you come from out here, play with it and have fun with it. All right. And then here is the other thing, and I'm not going to call it a mistake. I do like to replicate. And this is key. And I have Rick and Maria quoted from a video as they were talking about, it's nice that we have rules or guidelines, and then also they said it's good to have rules, and you learn the rules so that way then you know how to break them and know what you're doing. So it's like, yeah, exactly. So as I was breaking the rules, if you will, let me look at my, oh yeah. So, here's what we're going to do is we're going to start at we're going to go the opposite direction, but stay at that same intersection. What I ended up doing on one inception was I started here. And you know what? It creates something different. It's just, I wanted to make it look like what Barbara has here. And I like to share that so that way I can just tell you that's that's how this one works. So really what we're going to do is to keep, I'm turning it the wrong direction for my brain. So I'm pausing. Okay. And then, and this is when you could stop wherever you want or keep going as long as you want. Okay, so we'll do at least one more. And same thing from this same intersection. And just keep going out a little bit further. And that's why I think having the little orbs on the end, or dots on the end, is helpful, so you can kind of see the end, right? It makes it easy. All right, now, let's see, I'm just going to start the other way. And I'm going to go the opposite direction. It was just throwing my brains off. I'm like, wait, no, I'm doing this, and it doesn't matter whichever way you want to turn your paper. It really doesn't. Just work with your brain. Whatever it wants you to do, do it. And that is it. And like I said, you could keep going if you want. You know, it looks kind of cool on the diamond. You know, it's I love it because it's just, because it doesn't matter exactly where you put stuff. But like I said, well, here, you know what? Let me just show you. I was gonna put my step out underneath, but I'm like, nah. Let's. Okay, so here's the other way. Because I do like to prove that there is no such thing as a mistake in Zentangle. I mostly like to prove that anyone can do it. I do that by doing anything I do Zentangle. And that's why I like to show all of my mistakes, and that's why I'm sharing them with you. Okay, so let's, yeah. All right, let's, I'm going to show the building on, because actually it does look kind of neat. Sometimes, and I'm going to start it from way out here, which is what I had done. We really, in my opinion, we really have to work at the whole no mistakes thing. Okay, so here's what I did. Was I started here and went out. In this, you do get a little eyeball confused this direction. And the other thing about, you know, when you're putting the orbs on the end, is that you can do a kind of a quick count. Okay, now I've got 4 on each end. Now I can go the other way. And so I'm kind of starting at whatever the last intersection is. Oh, and this is another one. I was thinking about it as I was doing it. Okay, and then I'm done here. All right, so then let's go the other way. This is a whole apparently series on crossing lines, because it seems like several that we've done were crossing lines, and you know, usually in Zentangle we will hollow bow. But you know what? When you're doing single lines like this, it doesn't. You can't really hollow bow. Just a line. All right. Oops, I'm running into my finger here. 3 on each. There we go. Okay. So there's the difference. And as you can see, it doesn't matter. This is kind of interesting because it creates this kind of neat zigzag in there. This looks neat. Up to you. Have fun with it. And then it kind of shades itself with this, but I do like how Barbara did on the insides. And let's just do 2 corners. I'm not sure what I want to do with that one yet. But she says on her Pinterest, which is where I found this, I think because I've gone to so many of Barbara's tangles, and I'm like, this is just going to become the let's share between Barbara and Debbie, and because you know, just like anything, which is also why I certainly appreciate if you enjoy the video and you click like and you subscribe, and you know, and I'm not sure if leaving comments helps or not, but hey, I've heard it does. Share it, all of that kind of thing helps the algorithm, because so like I keep going to Barbara's stuff, and so then that's what comes up in my my feed or whatever you call it. Let's round that a little bit. So that's neat. And then, actually, I want to pick up some of that. We could do the same thing here. Well, we could do the same thing here. And much better when you use what's left on your tortillon sometimes. You know, and this is really interesting because now you have kind of like a little mini reticula, and you could have fun. You could fill in some of the sections if you wanted to. For instance, so Barbara, I just made a tangulation. Hope you don't mind. You know, because you have all these little spaces you could do whatever you want with, right? And this, I mean, this really embodies the idea of, this is why we say there's no such thing as a mistake in Zentangle. The idea is that, you know, you don't know what you're going to come up with, so you just kind of go with whatever's happening. I'm going to use the other end of this and see if I can pick. Oh, look at, yeah, it picks a little bit of that up. That's a trick I learned from Mom. Just want to lighten it up a little bit. But you don't know what you might come up with. And so we have to let go of the, oh, I've done it. Oh, I've done it wrong. Oh, I must go back. Oh, I must throw this away. No, 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 no. Don't do that. Just keep going with it and see what ends up happening. Because it's so fun. All right. So with that, again, if you've liked this, please click on like. If you liked it enough to see more and you haven't done so yet, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. In the description section, I mentioned, I was about to say something else, and so it just started combining into one word. I don't know what it was. But yeah, in the description section, you will find links to the step outs. And below that is my link tree. So if you like my goofy style, and I hope you do, I'm a what you see is what you get type of person. So if you enjoy that, would love to have you join me online and our community to tangle together. We might have taken something like this and see what kind of fun we want to have with it. But you'll find information for the classes that I do there. A lot of them are free. Thursday, Tangle Time, free. I do 2 sessions a day, 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern Time. If you click on some of the links there that show where I post classes, I recommend doing that. Facebook is another one where I post. I recommend that because then it will show in your time zone, and then you don't have to convert. And then I think we've only had one mistake, and that was a couple years ago, where it didn't convert for our daylight savings or something like that. So, but it was just a brief little hiccup. But anyway, so that way you can see, and then you could also, register or whatever, click that you're going if it's on Facebook, and that way you get a reminder too. And then if you end up really, really, really liking them, you can contact me, because there's a link to my email on there as well. And I can have you put on the invitation list right from the platform. Right now I'm doing everything kind of manual as I'm doing some research to, I really like the platform I'm using. It's kind of unique. It's not Zoom, but it has some really neat features that I really like. But anyway, but there are just like a couple drawbacks, and it could be I just need to find some other technology to make some things more streamlined. But just do know that, a lot of this stuff is kind of on the manual side, but happy to add you to that list, and then you'll get a reminder. You'll get the initial invite and then a reminder about, 10 minutes before it starts, and it adds it to your calendar and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, love to have you come and join us. And then too, if you are on Facebook and would like to be a part of our Tangle Addicts community, the link is there. But know that there are 4 questions you must answer in order to gain entry. And everything on there is self-explanatory. I just like to highlight a few things. So with that, thank you so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.